All right, I knew nothing about this movie, and then at CinemaCon, there was this trailer for this movie called Beast, and I was like, Idris Elba meets the Ghost in the Darkness, but Idris Elba has to save his family and protect them from the lion? Like, that's... I'm in. And then... So Beast stars Idris Elba. He's a widower, father of two, and he and his two girls go to this village in Africa where his wife was from. He has a friend there played by Charlotte Copley. They go on a safari. They want to see some animals. Now there's this pissed off lion out there who's hunting them and trying to kill them. And then pretty quickly after that, the movie just started unraveling and falling apart. Like I said though, the premise at the beginning, it just reminded me of Idris Elba meets Ghost in the Darkness. I can totally see why a studio greenlit this. You kidding me? They were probably like John Connor going to the Galleria.
Easy money.
Right, let's get this done. Let's make some cash. Idris Elba was great in the movie. Idris Elba's always great, though. You can put Idris Elba in the biggest piece of shit on earth, and he's still great in it. The guy gives 150%, 100% of the time. But really, it's the Jeep crashes, the Jeep won't start, now the lion's trying to get into the Jeep. You can only do that so many times. You can only have the lion try to get at them so many times before it starts to feel redundant. So you can tell they were just trying to make scenarios up, including but not limited to dumb decision making made by poorly written, idiotic characters. The older daughter in here, at a point, look, idiotic decision making and characters being obnoxious. It's just, those are little nitpicks. But you do it enough, it starts to stack up to the point where you're like, all right, the characters are now compromising my enjoyment of the movie, though not the only reason. A couple of examples of whether it was Idris Elba telling them like, okay, stay in this Jeep, I'm gonna go get him because their friend was wounded, I will be back. And she was like, you'll be back? Like you said mom wasn't gonna die and she did. I was like, what? A lion is trying to kill and eat us, but you want to hash this shit out now? That's okay. Will that be the only eye-rolling moment for me? No. Because at a point, no one had eyes on this lion. No one knew where this lion was, only that the lion was out there hunting them, and she just gets out of the vehicle and just runs off into the wilderness like, I gotta find him. I will say, in terms of cinematography, multiple scenes where they did that one-shot technique where it didn't look like there were any cuts in the camera. It was just one shot. It was impressive before the movie even started falling apart. In the end, the promise that this movie had versus what it delivered is just astronomically disappointing for me. This could have been an interesting and unique, low-budget, low-key survival film. Let's say you just have Idris Elba on this safari, the Jeep crashes, is broken down, this lion's trying to kill him, and that's the movie. It'll be low budget, takes place in one location, but far more interesting. Kind of like that Blake Lively shark movie. I enjoyed that. Surprisingly, I thought I was gonna hate it, but I actually liked it. Could have been like that with Idris Elba and a lion, but instead, you can tell they were like, well, we can't have them stay in the Jeep the entire time. We can't make that interesting, because that is difficult to do, but it can be done. They were like, all right, we need to get them moving. How do we do that? All right, well, we'll just have the characters be idiots, essentially. Just throwing the characters under the bus for the sake of momentum. But that's not momentum at all. That's the illusion of momentum. You don't have momentum. What you have is an auditorium full of moviegoers who are now rooting for the lion. A couple of moments of tension. I'm not going to say it's not in here. There are a couple of moments I was like, oh man, don't breathe. You don't want the lion to find you. But a couple of good moments of tension don't make up for the fact that this movie felt like it was movie of the week, you know? You remember movie of the week? We've moved past this. Our whole generation doesn't know what movie of the week is. Yeah, you know, before streaming services, back in primetime television days, those movies that weren't theatrical, they were made for television. This movie kind of feels like one of those. I will say the movie was 90 minutes, and I do appreciate that. Any longer, and I would have hated this movie. But as it stands, it's a movie I'm just not gonna remember. Not in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. All right, so Beast, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite thriller involving the wilderness and or carnivores in which people are trying to survive? Pretty vague. Guess Jurassic Park's gonna be the winner on that one. That's not Jurassic Park. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.